Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Hope you guys are all doing well. It's the big one, the North London derby. Honestly, one of the most important North London derbies ever when you consider what a win would mean for Arsenal. I was nervous for the first fixture, and now I'm even more nervous for the second fixture, especially with how much is riding on the line. When you look at it, it's just unbelievable. Like the next three games, honestly, is make or break for Arsenal this season, and it'll be interesting to see how we stand or where we stand after those three games, because these are probably the most important games of the season for Arsenal so far. I would say this is the first time in not many years, sorry, first time in a few years where Arsenal look like superior to Spurs. For many years, you could argue Spurs, especially under Pochettino, had their moments, and Arsenal here and there may have looked a bit better than Spurs, but it's clear like this is the first time where Arsenal are just looking levels above Spurs, and the pressure and the expectation is on Arsenal deservedly to go win this game. By the way, I'm not saying ever like in the existence, but I'm saying for a long time it's clear that Arsenal are superior to Spurs. I mean, before in the last few years you could maybe argue here and there, but this time I don't think, this season especially, there is no debate who is the most superior team. Even though I do believe Arsenal are better than Spurs, the North London derby, guys, is just honestly, it's just different when you look at it. Form goes out of the window, and I don't care if Spurs have lost 5 games in a row leading up to Arsenal's game. I will still be nervous if we were to play Tottenham, because the derby is just unpredictable, and that's what makes the derby so special. When you look at Spurs this season, you have to admit they have dropped some level, especially from last season. Players like Son, they just look like a ghost of themselves. I'm even seeing some Tottenham fans saying they want to sell Son and stuff, which is quite crazy to hear. And obviously, to add to that, they have had the injuries, which you could say is maybe a reason of the poor performances they have been having. Conte is saying Kulusevski will be back for Arsenal's game, which is obviously not a good thing for Arsenal, because he's a very dangerous player, and we've seen last season how much of a great asset he is for Tottenham, the creativity he brings. In terms of Arsenal, look, we have been the best team in the league. The table just doesn't lie. We have just drawn to Newcastle, which I was very disappointed with. Obviously, we dropped some points for it, and it just we left that gap to be closed by Man City. And trust me, Man City don't need any more encouragement to chase Arsenal. No new injury news for Arsenal, which is a good thing. It will be interesting to see if Smith Rowe is back in the team. Obviously, he did get a few minutes against Oxford, so I think he will be on the bench for this Tottenham game, which is great news, because especially like in that Newcastle game, we had no one to bring on from the bench, and if the same thing happens in this Tottenham game, at least now we know Smith Rowe will be on the bench, and he is someone we can look to and bring onto the pitch if to win us the game. It will be a big test for Eddie. I think Eddie really does need to step up. Yes, he's been scoring goals, which we love him, which we hope he continues to do. But with the history of this game, if you're a betting man, you can bet right now Kane will either get a penalty or he will score. He will always score. So we have to score 2 goals to win this game. So it's going to be a very big test for Eddie. He needs to step up. At the time of this recording, Man United have just beaten Man City. So if we do win against Tottenham, that will open the gap to now 8 points between us and second place. So Arsenal have to win the game. If the pressure isn't on already, now there's definitely more pressure added on. So Arsenal need to win that game, and we also need to keep a distance away from Man United, because we do have them in, I believe, in the next week or so, and Man United are looking really good. They could, you have to admit, they're in the title race. I mean, if they're only 1 point off City, they are in the title race. So I'm going to predict a draw. Just with the history of North London derbies, I'm so nervous for this game, just because we never win at Tottenham. But hopefully I'm wrong and the opposite does happen. But yeah, guys, that's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and catch you guys next time.